All right, so factoring trinomials. This is easy one with a equal to 1. So let's write standard form of a trinomial. It is following this formula. Ax squared plus bx plus c. And in this case, this example in this video, a is equal to 1. There's harder one, which I'm going to be recording on the next one. So examples, for example, m squared. Let me draw this here. M squared plus m minus 90. So to solve this problem, you're going to say what two numbers you multiply. Basically, this means product of two numbers that makes negative 90, and this is the sum. Here it's 1. So you multiply two numbers, you get 90, and you add them, you get 1. Start with the product. Find two numbers that you multiply, you get 90. And then you add them, you get 1. So, and then to get 90, like 1 times 90, 1 times 90, 2 times 45, and then 3 times what? 3 times 30. See, none of these, if you add these numbers, so none of these is going to add up to 1, right? And then 4 times, it's not possible. 5 times what? 16, 90. 6 times what? 5 times 16? It's going to be, no, it's going to be 80. So 6 times 15 is going to be 90. And then 7, 8, 9. You see that the work, it's not going to work until you get this one, 9 and 10. If you add or subtract, you have to say add or subtract to get 1. If you subtract, you get 1, right? So if you go back to the problem, you see it's negative, right? Since it's negative, since that number is negative, since this number is negative, therefore one of these should be negative. One of these. Either this or this. Since this is positive, so bigger one should be positive. So this should be positive, this should be negative. See, if you multiply them, you get negative 90, and if you add them, you get positive 1. So that's going to be factored into what? M, like this, M. On the right side, you're going to have plus 10 and minus 9. If you FOIL this, let's test this. If when you want to FOIL it, you do this time this, this time this, this time this, this time this. So you get what? M times M, M squared, M times 10, the 10M, negative 9 times M, negative 9M, negative 9 times 10 is going to be negative 90. If you add these two, it's going to be M. So it's going to be M squared plus M minus 90. So we check the work. So that's correct, right? Let's do another one. Let's say you have n squared minus 5n plus 6. So again, what two numbers you multiply, you get positive 6, and you add them, you get negative 5. So product and then sum. So you start with the product. Say what two numbers you get, you multiply, you get 6. Start with 1. 1 and 6. 1 and 6, you multiply, you get 6. But if you add them, you should get negative 5. Is it negative 5? Since this is negative, one of these should be negative because product of a negative and positive should be negative. So one of these should be negative. If I put this negative here, so if I put this negative here, so if you multiply these two, right, you get negative 6. So it won't work, right? And it's tricky. I have a student here says that there should be positive 1, that should be negative 1. So again, try it. If you multiply, get you negative 6, you're not going to get positive 6. So it has that, right? Do you see that's tricky? Now, therefore, this is not working. So it's okay. So we don't need to get confused. Move on. Maybe there's another number. And then 2 times what is 6? 2 times 3, right? One of these should be negative, right? Or both should be negative, or one of them. So if the both of them are negative, you see that? If you multiply them, you get positive 6. And if you add them, you get negative 5. Now we got it. So that's going to be factored into what? N and n. One of them is negative 2. The other one is negative 3. Done with this one.